What's going on, everyone? My name is Mekkah, and today we're going to do something wholesome because I've got a pretty salty taste in my mouth from all this stuff that's happened this weekend, and I just want to do something fun, something that I'm enthusiastic about. So I'm going to walk you guys through my subscription feed to show you what videos I tend to watch when I'm not, editing or recording or whatever. I just want to share the things on YouTube that I enjoy with you guys, that maybe some underrated channels or some famous channels that you haven't heard of can get some more love, because some of these really need it. So, some of these have millions of subscribers, but whatever, we're just going to go through it. I'm not going to be too elaborate because there's 67 of them apparently, so let's get into it. Adam Kaczynski is a speedrunner of Grand Theft Auto games. Well, at least that's what I know him from, mostly his Vice City runs. He run at AGDQ a couple of times. Really entertaining speedrunner, really good commentary too. I love GTA a lot, especially Vice City. I spent, if there's any franchise I spent more time on than Pokemon or Fire Emblem, it's probably Vice City. Even though I don't own the game, but a friend of mine does. We played it so much over the summer, holy shit. Alex Ogloza is a really good VGC player. He used to upload regularly, he would just ladder on the Wi-Fi ladder and just provide really entertaining commentary. It was just so fun. He's kind of died off. He started some kind of premium thing because that was the only way he could keep afford doing it, because YouTube was his job. And the only other thing he did on YouTube that would make him money was make trivia. Then people clicked his trivia so much and his VGC videos so little that he had to stop doing VGC to keep it drift, which is unfortunate. But he did upload the other day again, which was pretty surprising. Animal Wonders Montana is the most wholesome channel I know on YouTube, I think. They're really, really awesome. Basically, it's like an animal adoption center. It's like a shelter, but instead they just adopt one animal of each species or two, and they turn them into ambassadors, and they teach at schools and stuff what these animals are like, so that what happened to these animals will not happen to other animals. It's a really awesome concept, and the host, Jesse, is just really enthusiastic and nice, and so sweet, so awesome. You might have seen the video about the prehensile porcupine or something. It makes Pokemon noises. It's the best. It's the absolute best.
Sorry, Cuba. What do you think? Look at those whiskers. It's a finger.
Audio library, no copyright music. This is where I get my stock music. Sometimes when you try to download their SoundCloud stuff, it kind of sneaks into your YouTube account and makes you subscribe. So maybe I'll unsubscribe just for that. But honestly, the music from there is good, and it doesn't get you copyright flagged. So I don't even mind being subscribed anymore. Honestly, it's just kind of a sneaky way. But it's free, good music that doesn't get you flagged. So who am I to complain? Also, Zach Feldspar, I think that's how you pronounce it. He makes farming videos, or he used to. A lot of these channels are I used to watch this a lot, and now I don't really anymore, but I still have them in my subscription feed. I cleaned up it a while ago. He makes some other gaming videos too. I think I mostly watched I think he did an FE4 ranked run with commentary that I thought was pretty impressive. I enjoyed that one a lot. Bobovitz, I actually forgot what this is, even though I checked earlier. Hold on, let me check that real quick. Okay, I checked. I forgot. This guy makes the everything wrong with videos because he's a critic of CinemaSins. Pretty cool. You'll notice that CinemaSins is not in here. That's because it's a shit channel that does shitty things. And this guy makes a pretty good videos explaining why. CGP Grey, you probably heard of this one. It's one of the biggest channels on YouTube. Or one of the more famous ones, at least. Really awesome analysis of all kinds of real life things. He started vlogging too, very irregularly, but they're high effort vlogs, so probably worth watching if you haven't heard of it. Really good political videos too, not politics actual politics, but more behind the ideas behind politics and why things work the way they do and why certain voting systems don't work. Really awesome. Rebellion Council is a buddy of mine from the Dutch Showdown server. I don't know. I'm involved in some Dutch communities, and he's just one of my buddies from there. He makes Showdown live videos, so I guess he's a kind of influenced by Thunder Blunder, kind of like the way I am. So if you like Thunder Blunder and you speak Dutch, maybe check him out. He also does English videos sometimes, though. In fact, I think he does more English than Dutch. I'm probably not doing him justice. Whatever. Crashing Boom Bang is a friend of Thunder Blunder's, so I don't know. He doesn't really upload though, unfortunately. But I enjoy it when this guy is on Blunder's videos. Those are like the best videos. Crystal _ is some guy from Smogon. That's where I know him from. I don't like speak to him personally or anything, but I recognized his name, and then I saw that his channel is like super huge. I don't know how huge, but it is pretty big. And he makes like glitch videos and explanation videos of why the gaming coding in Pokemon is the way it is. If you like explanations about like, especially the first 2 generations of why things work the way they do and what kind of glitchy amazing things you can do with them, go check that out. Control-Alt Elites. I forgot what this is, even though I looked into it earlier. I think it has to do with yeah, so it's basically a buddy of Thunder Blunders, I think. I think I checked him out a couple of times. Didn't really like it all that much, but still enough to subscribe. Pretty funny though. Daisy Sword, this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because this is a really good channel that's really underrated. She has less than 1,000 subs and only like 5 or 6 Fire Emblem videos, but they're also so like awesome and enthusiastic and great. It's like if Jessie from Animal Wonders hosted Fire Emblem content, it would probably be Daisy Sword. She even has an animal involved. She has like a cat that really doesn't want to be in her videos, but she forces it to be there anyway. I'm probably making it sound worse. She's like really cool. Really good analysis of I like the Avatar video about self-inserts in Fire Emblem. I like that one the most. And the Camilla analysis is pretty good too. And there's a Ninian analysis that's also really good. So if you like character analysis, like story analysis, definitely to go check it out. Don, he does the 0% growth runs. At this point, if you're so new to my channel that you don't know who Don is, I'm really sorry. Because Don is like the reason that I'm even as remotely big as I am on YouTube. I don't consider myself big or anything, but commentating along with Don is kind of what got my name out there. So I'm really grateful to him for that. But he does 0% growth runs, or did. He doesn't upload anymore, unfortunately, because his stuff got stolen and he got busy. Basically the worst combination of life possibilities. But he is really, really, really good at Fire Emblem. And, you know, if you want to hear more commentary by me, then you should also check him out. But he's pretty good at commentating. The quiz. I'm not going to get into, like, Dutch channels too much, because I know the majority of my subscriber base is English. But if you understand Dutch, if you can speak Dutch, you probably already know who this is. But basically, this is Dutch for the quiz, but like misspelled. And it's like a satirical show that was on television a while ago. They quit like less than a month ago, like maybe less than 2 weeks ago, which is unfortunate. But they have some really funny content if you haven't heard of him. But you do need to understand Dutch because they don't do English. The Spelt, similarly, this is basically the Dutch version of The Onion, and they make funny videos too. But if you like The Onion and you want to see a Dutch version of The Onion, you should check spelt.nl. Deltray, if like collaborating with him on my 9K and shout out my max isn't enough to drive like people to his channel, I don't know what is. I know he gained like 500 or 600 subscribers over the last week plus. So positive shoutouts do help. It's part of what inspired me to do this video. Hopefully more unseen YouTubers will get more content or more people their way. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. It's been a busy day, another busy day for me, but I just wanted to get this video out there. So yeah, go check out Deltray. He does Let's Plays of Fire Emblem. Really smooth voice. I mean, you can't really like do anything about the voice you're given, but if you've been given a good voice, you might as well make use of it, right? His commentary is also just pretty entertaining, and he's I wouldn't say his editing is like super high effort or anything, but he makes sure to cut out the boring parts so that everything you see is entertaining, which is something I could do more often, I think, depending on what video you're talking about. There's Landy is the guy who sometimes makes like stuff for Mangs or stuff based on Mangs' channel. He made his, I think it was his 40k subs with like the anime opening. It's really funny. I just felt like I owed him a subscription just for how like well done some of his edits are, even though I don't really watch his other content. But hey, if you like those specials, then maybe you should check it out. You see Don SDA here. That's because Don used to do speedruns. If you check his channel out, you'll find his FA6 speedruns. I think if you've watched Don's recorded playthroughs, you'll see that he also moves very fast. In addition to moving, like doing good strategies, he also makes sure he pulls them off very fast, and that's because he's had some practice with Fire Emblem speedrunning. You can see it on this channel. Again, he doesn't upload anymore, so not a whole lot of use looking at it, but it is there. Xarion is another speedrunner, funnily enough. One of the best Pokemon speedrunners out there. I forgot what games he specializes in. I think it's the first generation. if you like Pokemon speedruns, you should definitely look into this guy. I think he's run at AGDQ as well, so you might recognize his name. Extra Credits is a really huge channel. I think it's got millions of subscribers, if at least like hundreds of thousands. Really cool analysis of the game industry. Like, not negative or anything, more like, he's like decently skeptical, but also very optimistic. And it's more like a show almost than a YouTube channel. It's pretty huge and really cool art style as well. It's like voiceover based, but someone goes through the effort of drawing pictures for the narration, and it's really charming. Geen familie. I hate speaking Dutch with my quote-unquote English accent. This is a duo that's also part of the quiz. All their good like pieces are also on here. They have some other cabaret stuff. It's pretty cool. General Horus, really good Fire Emblem player. Doesn't upload anymore. He lost a lot of his content when, I don't know, YouTube wiped his channel for some reason, and he also lost like a lot of content from his computer. So yeah, his channel doesn't really have as much content as I wish it did. And in fact, I really miss some of his content sometimes, because he had some really good like LTC strats that I wanted to borrow things from. But if you remember, Horus is the one who helped me with my FV8 LTC, the 100% growth run, the board that I got. A lot of strats were his, so that's... And they were like, it took him almost no effort to think of some of these, or just a little bit of effort on his part. So he's really good at Fire Emblem. Really smart guy. Gradivis, same deal kind of. Also helped me with the FV8 LTC, but he also does a lot of good shit on his own. I think right now his biggest accomplishment that I've seen at least is his successful LTC of Shadow Dragon 0%. I mean, Don did 0% Shadow Dragon 2, but he did it without the Warp Staff. Like, he didn't use the Warp Staff at all. And it made for a really cool series of videos. It's finished now, but I'm surprised he still has like less than 1,000 subscribers, or less than 2,000. Well, I've got a lot of LTCers in here, because Hero Raven, I know him as Lord Raven. He and Arissa both did an FE6 LTC, and they both completed it. Arissa's ended up being slightly faster, but Hero Raven's is no slouch either. I forgot what other kind of content he upload. Irissa doesn't really... I mean, I work with him a lot, or at least I did my... he appeared in my FE4 reverse recruitment run. Like that was my first like big Let's Play on YouTube, I think, where I just played through something and recorded it, like the whole thing. And he was like on it for most of the episodes. Really chill guy. He uploaded like one commentated FE6 clear, where he commentated on like one run, or one chapter actually. Everything else is like not commentated, but his FE6 LTC is really good, so at least you should check that one out if you like LTC basically. Jean Lazois, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think he's a Canadian singer. Pretty funny. Definitely some gross language in there. Not gross, adult language, I guess I'll call it. But really funny video. He's the guy that made... shit, why do I always forget these things? I don't know. He's funny. Just go check him out if you haven't seen him, because I'm sure you have, because he's like super YouTube famous. Joseph's runs, he did some FE8 LTC, I think. I don't think he finished it though, but he's like decent at it. It's pretty good. Huan776, that sounds Thracian. He's a friend of Rengor's, and Rengor like appeared and did some stuff on my FE8 LTC, and he's like fairly well known in the community, I feel like. Huan is like a friend of his, and he's doing a Last Promise LTC, kind of tool assisted. He's also tried his hand at FE7 Border and God, basically. So 100% growth FE7 LTC. So neither of those are finished, but I'm sure he'll finish them one day. So maybe subscribe to him and see if he makes it. Key is someone who's with Blunder. Like, if you haven't been able to tell you, Blunder is like such a big YouTube sensation that I feel like not explaining it, but basically he's someone who plays Pokemon on Showdown and narrates it, and he just has a very chill style to it, and he's a very smart guy, and he's also very funny, and has a lot of friends. That's really all I need to explain, I think. Lapogne, or, well, I tend to pronounce it like lasagna. Another Fire Emblem LTC kind of strats channel. I think he did, or rather redid FE7 0% growths. No commentary, but pretty good strats. Not like the lowest turn count ever, but he made them pretty reliable, which I think is the kind of a different goal to having the lowest turn count ever is just having a reliable clear, but still with very low turns. I think that's pretty cool. So I like that run a lot. Last week tonight is a show with John Oliver in it. It's a Brit in American, and it's like a late night show. You've probably heard of it. It's pretty good coverage, I think. Like, sure, he might be biased in some way, but at least he's honest about it. And he seems pretty upfront about the fact. I haven't fact-checked everything he said ever, but he feels pretty alright to me, so I like watching this occasionally. Some pretty good stories in there. Lo Jansen is a Dutch channel, so probably no use if you're not Dutch. But it's worth checking out a couple of videos. Basically, he makes fun of like commercials and like famous pieces of media. He picks them apart. He's got a pretty cool style. I like it. Sends a good message. Pretty good Dutch YouTuber. One of the few in there, actually. I mostly watch English stuff. Mangs, fuck this guy. Mark Brown. This is a gaming-based channel, but it's more about the theory behind game design. I used to be very interested into game design, not as much anymore. But I found a video by this guy a while ago. I think it was about developer intentions that like hooked me, and it was so well done that I just subscribed. And I haven't watched like every piece of his since then, but I can tell that he's really good at like writing scripts and narrating and making videos. I think it was about puzzle games. There was a video about puzzle games that I watched. I need to turn this down a little bit, I feel like. Nah, it's fuck it. I'll just do it in post-production, whatever. Marty the Demon Slayer 17, I've named him a couple of times. He only has one run that I personally watched, and I think that's like his only videos uploaded anyway. And that's his FE4 0% growth run, LTC. I think that was done as fast as you possibly could do FE4 LTC. Very unreliable, but very good. And at first, I felt like his commentary was a little rough, but he got a lot better as he went along. He posted like every time he uploaded on Strands Forest, and people gave him like pointers, and he really improved as it went on. So if you like watch the prologue and you're not a big fan, keep watching and it'll get better. Don't worry. MC Telex is it's Dutch. I don't really need to explain this a whole lot, but it's a guy that like makes funny satirical videos in Dutch. Mina Tangerina, I subscribe because her art is cool. I don't know if I've ever watched a video by her, but I don't know. She's really talented though. I guess I'll say that much. But I mean, everyone here knows who Mina is anyway, so what's the point of me explaining? Good artist. Helps Mangs make like the arts in his spotlight, I think. As well as like any other art he needs apparently. Miss Mag sounds like it always reminds me of Miss Maggie's, but it's actually about like Mr. Magic. He explains card tricks. Like his videos are all about like teaching someone how a card trick works, and occasionally he raffles like decks to people. Pretty cool. I like card tricks a lot. I like Penn and Teller sometimes. I watch that Fool Us show. Yeah, I watch Fool Us sometimes. And somehow I ended up here. I think it was like my related videos feed or something. Pretty cool and pretty accessible, I would say. Moogle Boss. This is another FE LTC runner. He has so many different runs, but the problem with Moogle Boss sometimes is he doesn't finish them. In fact, he's kind of famous for not finishing runs, but when he does, they're pretty cool. He did like an FE6 reverse recruitment run. And one of the cool things that Moogle Boss does that I should talk about is he doesn't like to arrow wiggle dance to rig the RNG in like the TVA games, for example. So he has to find more like reliable strategies. He has to work with the RNG he's got, and I think that's worth commending. I will skip this one because I just unsubscribed, but this is someone from Smogon and that battle that doesn't upload anything, doesn't have any videos on, so I'm just skipping this one. Good guy though. I've mentioned Pala Emblem a couple of times on my channel. Some really good LTCs in there, mostly from the older Fire Emblem games, but really worth checking out. The FE5 LTC is like a Border and God plays FE5 basically, but they didn't even bother rigging the growths. It's so good. Really good channel. Go watch it. Pika Spray Yellow. I watch these for the videos where he tries to like lock himself, like soft lock picking or whatever. Really cool combos. It's about Pokemon. It's about Pokemon, by the way. It's not Fire Emblem. It's Pokemon. How you can like lock yourself and not escape and not finish the game. It's pretty cool. Everything else I can't really vouch for. There was a video about KU Solo Pokemon Red with Ditto or something. That was also pretty funny. I don't always like his voice and his way of talking, but I did like it for those couple of videos. I can't really speak for the rest. Pokebro, if you like Pokemon TCG, this guy has like a bunch of videos where he plays on playtcg.me, where he narrates his games. Pretty fine. Probably not worth watching if you're not into TCG, but still pretty cool. Prince Raisin, I forgot what this is. I'm gonna check it out real quick. So I think this is actually the YouTube account of Vincent ASM, the owner of Serenus Forest. And he's uploaded some videos like how he glitches out Shadows of Valencia and goes into places where you shouldn't go and roam around freely. Pretty cool. Like probably not a channel that will like upload daily and show a bunch of stuff, but worth browsing through every once in a while. Rebelman TCG, if you're into Pokemon TCG, this is a really good and underrated channel, even though he doesn't upload like ever. But this is a friend of mine from Germany, David Hochman. He's also a commentator on several Pokemon tournaments. You might recognize his blue hair, although I think he dyed it by now. Really cool commentator. A really smart guy, really good player. I lost to him like several times in real life. I think I've ever won like a series against him actually. He's kicked me out of like a bunch of top cuts back when I played Pokemon TCG. But he's wow. Nowadays he mostly does like unlimited videos. So if you want to know what happens in the Pokemon TCG, if you can play every card ever, then maybe go give him a look. Because his explanations are pretty good. Ray Rizzo is like the 3-time Pokemon World Champion in the VGC department. He's so good. He used to upload videos where he was like laddering and playing. Nowadays, if he uploads, it tends to be like stream highlights, so not as fun for me personally. But I don't know, I can't unsubscribe from Ray Rizzo. Really cool guy. Rogue Trainer is, what's his name? John Kettler from HeyTrainer.org. Really respectable guy. I met him like once when I was at Worlds. Really funny. Really like respectful. Like a lot of people in the Pokemon scene nowadays are kind of like arrogant, I want to say almost. This guy, you will never see him be arrogant. He's always down to earth, always chill, and he provides some good narrations. And he started this channel not too long ago. Hasn't uploaded in a while, but generally he's just very chill. SciShow is kind of related to Animal Wonders. I think the host of SciShow, what's his name? Damn, I can never remember this kind of thing. Wow, I accidentally closed my thing. I'm so bad. Anyway, SciShow is hosted by Hank Green and sometimes a couple of other people. Like a lot of people work on this, but basically it's about science and explaining something wacky about science every once in a while. They're funded by Patreon. Really professional videos, high production value, worth checking out. Shenanigans Smash is a Pokemon speedrunner. Shenanigans is pretty well known for his stuff on AGDQ and running in general. Pretty nice. He hasn't uploaded in a while, if I remember correctly. Either that or YouTube hasn't shown me. But some pretty good stuff in there. SketchUp, another buddy from the Dutch Showdown server. He has some meme videos up there. Someone's PC is a group from the Pokemon Trading Card game. It's both a website with like premium articles, but they host like those shows, and every once in a while it's just like 6 or 8 people or whatever talking on Skype about the next meta game. It is worth checking out if you want to stay up to date on the Pokemon TCG, but I assume if you're into Pokemon TCG at all, you probably know these guys by now, because they've grown quite a lot. Steel Wing Knight is the guy who makes my thumbnails. He does upload Fire Emblem stuff. I haven't looked in a while, but you know, just the fact that he offered to make like thumbnails for me. He made the FE5 Let's Play thumbnail, FE4 random reverse recruitment thing, and like he's offered to make a bunch more. I can pretty much go up to him and ask him, and he'll probably do it because he's nice like that. So just for that, he has my subscription. Stuck TV, I don't even want to talk about these guys. It's a Dutch channel, and it's like the second biggest Dutch channel in existence on YouTube, I believe. They're like enormous. I guess I'll just say it's just 3 guys that do like random stuff, mostly somewhat decided by the viewers. It's basically like a Dutch TV show at this point. I will say, sometimes when they're just doing like vandalism or just harassing people or whatever, that's stupid. Don't do that. But if they're doing something that's like screwing themselves over, basically, that's hilarious. And I will always watch that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm subscribed. Kind of selective watcher of that too. And like kids are into this. So I want to know what they're up to, just so that I know what kids are up to. Summoning Salt, he makes history of speedrunning videos that are really, really popular on YouTube. And it's a really cool concept. that, I don't know, I think this was a small channel, then he started doing those, and he like grew like 100 times or something. It's amazing. They're really well done, well edited, well narrated. There's something about Pokemon. There's nothing about Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem speedrunning is not that big. But maybe one day he'll make one. The Indigo Plateau. I think this is just a Pokemon TCG discussion channel. Oh, actually, this is someone who actually takes videos from like tournaments and streams and stuff from the Pokemon TCG, and he analyzes them to see if there's like cheating or if it's like some guy being sloppy or something. Basically, if something controversial happens on stream, someone like draws an extra card or slow plays or takes his prizes in a weird way, he'll analyze it to see what his opinion is. And it's pretty well done, actually. I like it a lot. Very good concept for a channel. The official Pokemon YouTube channel. Gee, I wonder if I have to explain that one. The Top Cut. I love these guys, but they don't upload anymore, unfortunately. But they used to. There's this guy, Kyle Sukovic, and his friends. They would upload videos. Both PTCGO videos and just talking about the game. Bunch of random stuff. They were like the ambassadors of the game. They are what made Pokemon TCG as big as it is today, because they showed that it could be big. And, well, I don't know. If you haven't been there, it's hard to explain, but they like basically started Pokemon TCG commentating, and now it is where it is because of them. Without Puka, especially, they would not be around. Pokemon TCG would not be what it is if they didn't help grow the game this much. Really good channel. But very, like, it's outdated, but if you want to know about, like, what Pokemon was like, Pokemon TCG was like in the past, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, go check this out. 7 years, yeah, because they started around 2011, I think. At least that's when I started watching. Sizzlax is I think it's a psychedelic band. I forgot why I subscribed to them. I think this is also one of the few pages I liked on Facebook for some reason. But I really like their music sometimes, but I don't really listen to it a whole lot because I didn't download like any of their songs. I just remember listening to them on YouTube. There's this like Pikachu on Acid video on YouTube somewhere that features one of their songs. I think that's where you probably recognize him from. Thunder Blunder is a Pokemon god, and he uploads himself playing Showdown and being awesome. Very smooth voice, very good narration, high quality, really funny. Tomato Bisque is also known as Paper Blade. Not very well known in the community, but he does Fire Emblem stuff. I enjoy his sense of humor, and I'm friends with him. I don't know if he's for everyone, but he is a pretty good guy, and I find him pretty funny. Flacalons, this is Dutch, and it has like one funny video that I watched. I didn't check if everything else I saw was as funny, but it seemed pretty funny to me. Son op een Lubach is a Dutch satirical show that you've probably heard of already. Vegan 12 is one of the first Fire Emblem speedrunners, one of the best too, if he didn't quit. But he used to run Radiant Dawn so much, like holy shit. Like Radiant Dawn speedrunning is where it is today thanks to Vegan 12. I think Kirby Master can attest to that. He's really funny, and he has like the best rage quit videos ever. So if you ever have a boring afternoon, go watch like a bunch of Vegan 12 videos, I guess. Really helpful guy. I wish he didn't quit. Where are you, Vegan? Let me know if you're alive. Wolfie VGC. Well, Ray Rito is the 3-time world champion. And Wolfie took second to him. And he also is a world champion by now because he won later on. Really good VGC player. Very well known in the VGC community. I don't know if there's like any other way to introduce him. He is good at narrating, I guess. And he streams sometimes, I think. He plays on Showdown sometimes. He stole my concept of playing against viewers, I guess. Nah, just kidding, but really good player. And lastly, but not least, Z Frank. How far are we in anyway? 30 minutes? Alright. Z Frank is one of the funniest channels I have ever seen, honestly. He makes... Well, the funny thing is, he started uploading again like 3 weeks ago, but he'd been dead for like 3 or 4 years. It's ridiculous. But he makes the funnest videos about nature and like animals and certain plants and stuff. Really fucking funny. I don't even know how else to describe them. It's like good footage with really fucking funny narration in a really dry and sarcastic voice. I don't know, just go watch like a bunch of this. It was last on the list, but this is the first channel you should probably check out because it's so fucking funny. And he's also one of the biggest YouTubers out there. He's like millions of subscribers too. So you probably already know him, but if you don't, you're missing out. So yeah, this is all the channels that I love. I'm not saying I love all of them equally, but they are all worth checking out. I feel like, oh man, like watching YouTube videos is honestly one of my favorite pastimes. So I hope these channels will bring as much joy to you as they did to me. Thank you for watching, and if you like this kind of video where I do something different, let me know in the comments. That way I'll know how often I have to like deviate from Fire Emblem. But honestly, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. Have fun, and I'll see you around. Bye.